Welcome to the Streamless podcast. Today with us we have Rhenvi,
And I'm a slut for chicken nuggets.
Simon,
Who are you?
Josh,
I'm having the existential crisis of having too many collectibles and not enough shelving space.
oh dear, and I am Cordi, and my room smells of latex.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
Immediately, I feel like this is hot. I also suffer from the shelf issues.
Okay, so I had a question. Also, this is the Streamless podcast. Welcome, everybody.
Hi.
Hi. So I started to think about things, honestly, about like my childhood, just from like a little bit ago.
Yeah.
33, a long time ago.
Same.
Continuing my deviousness, I feel like I was a horrible kid. I remember, and I don't think I ever told you guys about the story about James and the rubber snake. I don't know if I did or not, but like
I don't think so.
Okay, so
You
there was a
have my
whole
attention.
thing. All right, so I'll get there in a second, but like this is along the line of deviousness, and if you guys ever need me to proofread a policy, I've got your back because I will push everything to every extent possible. Case in point, when I was a kid in preschool, there was those like little rubber snake toys. They're annoying as fuck, but they're like a little real circle, and you find them at the dollar store now. Like you could like, whip them at kids or unravel them. They were just generic cheap ass toys. Well, this kid James used to fucking whip that shit at me all the time, and I was like,
Ooh.
okay, James, and they would always catch it when I was retaliating, never when he was hitting me. So it was
because
like
the universe.
Right. So like this is just one episode of my mischievous, by the way. So I punched him, and I got in trouble for punching him, and they were like, "You can't punch him," and I was like, "Okay, that's fine." And so I told them to tell him to stop hitting me with this fucking snake. Did the bitch listen? No.
No?
So the next day he did it again. I can't punch him, so I kicked him, ladies and gentlemen. You're welcome. So they didn't say I couldn't kick him. Again, this is why I'm your policy bitch. Remember me. They reminded me that I could not punch or kick him. I said, great, perfect. So he just kept doing it because he never got in trouble. And so, I mean, it progressed to me figuring out what I couldn't do to the extent of the law as it was for preschool. So I got to the point where I was like, okay, you know what? Fuck you, dude. Like, I'm so sick of this shit. And so I spit on him. And they were like, no, nothing from you can touch him, period. And I was like, okay, fine. It kept going, and it got to the point where like I found a stick and hit him with the stick because it wasn't me hitting him; it was a stick hitting him. You can see how this escalated. So I had found many different ways to try to like burn every possible loophole. I think eventually I got a hold of that snake and I either like threw it away or cut it up or something. But that snake bit the dust. But that's just one example of things where it's like, and then like everyone's like, oh, my kids drew on the wall, no big deal. Like I'll wipe it off. Guys, I didn't draw on the wall. I drew on the wall with permanent marker. I play with fire on our couch. Like there are things that I wonder what the fuck happened to me, right? And I'm also terrified of the spawn of Satan I'm gonna have if I have kids. But like, and for the longest time I was like, I'm not sure I want to have them because
What if they turn out like you?
me? Am I?
Oh,
I
mini
found out.
Rhenvi.
No, so I found out, you guys, a couple years ago. My husband has been talking for years and years about how he was a saint and his grandparents watched him. He never did anything wrong. And I mentioned it casually at dinner one day, and dude, his mom dead ass stopped me and looked at me and she goes, "Oh no, he got suspended for biting people in preschool." I was like, "Wait a minute." So we're
Wait,
gonna have.
How do you get suspended from preschool?
Listen, for biting
Damn.
bitches. That's how you become a little fucking Pac-Man.
No, you're
Like, I
gonna
don't
have
know.
policy bending cannibals, man.
Right? So then I was like, oh, beautiful. We'll have piranha spawns of Satan. Perfect. But I was
Not
like,
only will they have the horns, they'll have the teeth.
Exactly. So I'm like, God, it just got me thinking like about all the shit. Because last time I was like, yeah, I was kind of a total, I talked about how being an asshole to my sister. And I just kind of, that progression's been there probably since like the sperm at the egg. And they were like, let's do this. And so I was just thinking, like, God, was I the only asshole? Like, what's some crazy shit from y'all's childhood? Like, what'd you do as a kid? Anybody, give me something. Something wild and crazy.
I feel like whatever I could say
And I
right
feel like people
now
who have
would
siblings probably add to that effect too. So, like, I know Cordy got some siblings.
Mm.
Um, There's got to be some shit where you're just like, it was petty as fuck, but you just did it anyway. Because you were like, fuck you.
I am a completely different person than I used to be. Like,
Yeah.
completely. I used to be, like, the timid kid. I never, like, wanted to be in the spotlight. I never wanted to be on camera. I never wanted to be the center of attention. Like, birthday parties were a nightmare for me. I mean, pictures still are a nightmare for me. Let's be honest. But, so, like, I did what I could to stay out of trouble most of the time. And I think, like, the one thing that stands out from my childhood, one thing, is, God, I must have been, like, 11 or 12. I was laying on my stomach, like, frickin' doing a puzzle, like, jigsaw puzzle, frickin' actual physical pieces, not on your phone or your tablet. No, physical fucking pieces, because smartphones did not exist, because I'm old as fuck. We already covered this. I know. And so I'm just laying there on my stomach, doing my puzzle, minding my own business. My brother comes up and starts poking me in the ass. Like, not in the ass, but, like, on the ass cheek. Like,
I was gonna
hey.
say,
God, I hope it's not the alternative.
What kind of story are we going into, honey?
No. Like, poking me on the ass cheek with his finger. Like, hey, what you doing? like, kind of just annoying the shit out of me. I'm like, stop. You know, like, all the annoyance. And, of course, my parents don't hear me. I don't know where the fuck they were. I don't know. Because I was in the basement. Like, I don't know if they were, like, upstairs, outside, God knows where. I don't fucking know.
I feel like parents of, like, multiple kids, just, like, they just wait for blood-curdling screams. Else, leave them alone. Like, fuck it, you're fine. Like, the house is on fire, you're not bleeding, we're good.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much the truth. So, like, all they heard was the stop, you know? And so they're like, oh, it's fine. There's no crying, there's no screaming. I don't think there's blood. We're fine. So eventually, like, I'm still trying to do my puzzle. I'm like, just keep your cool, keep your cool. Eventually, I got sick of it. And one of the times after he pulled his hand away from poking me in the ass cheek, I kicked back and broke his finger.
Oh no!
Oh.
And that's
Yeah.
that moment. Every sibling's had that moment because they start to cry, and you're like, "Shh, it's not
Don't
that
tell
bad." You're like
Mom.
trying to bury the evidence, like,
Yeah,
"Shh,"
you're
like,
like,
and then you move.
It's
like it's like the stages of denial, right? You're like go from like please, you get like bargaining, it's a please, I'll do this. It's okay, it's fine, we'll reset it. Don't worry about it, you'll be fine. It's like all black and blue and purple, and you're like, shh, please, please don't rant on me. Don't tell them it's me.
Well, the worst part, though, about this particular thing is there was, like, a full 10 to 15 seconds. I mean, it could have been, like, time dilation there. Like, it could have actually been 2 seconds, but it felt 10 to 15 seconds where there was no sound.
Yeah,
Like,
you're in
he
that,
was
like,
in shock.
you're
Oh my
both
God.
in shock because he's like, oh no, this escalated and now it's starting to hurt, and you're like, oh no, I'm about to get fucked. Like,
Well, and I mean, but that pretty much describes how any reaction I have in life is for the most part. It goes from 0 to 50 bazillion miles an hour in, a split second flat. It's like
3.5, yeah.
I'm gonna frickin' just be calm as a fucking cucumber until I'm not. And once that coin flips, you are fucked. But there was that silence, that really long feeling silence before the hit.
and then you're, praying like, don't
and
tell
then,
mom, don't tell mom, don't
yeah,
tell mom.
yeah, and
don't
then
tell
you're
mom.
like, oh god. But I heard the bone snap.
Oh,
I heard the fracture happen, the bone break. Obviously, he did too. So it was just one of those, like, I still wanted to be like, I can fix this. I can fix this. This is fine.
yeah. Oh, for
but
sure.
in the back of my mind's like, nah, you fucked up.
But
You
I
did.
I do have a follow-up question to that though.
Okay.
Did a bitch learn after that to leave you the fuck alone? Because I would have thought
No.
that would have been enough for me. You know what?
No.
You fucking snapped my finger with your fucking kung fu toes.
I mean,
I'm
let's
good.
be honest. Let's be honest. He never poked me in the ass cheek again.
All right.
but-
so a policy follower. Got it.
But, there were other instances, scratching, like, grabbing onto my arm and just, like, freaking digging in with his nails and stuff. Just like, no. Nope. I never broke any more of his bones. But
Thankfully.
definitely, yeah.
Or not for lack of trying. Depends on the side of the story you get, right? Like, let's be honest, okay?
But this is also the same brother who bit one of my friends once.
Hey,
And we're not talking. We're not talking. He was a
piranhas live among us.
toddler. We're not talking about a toddler.
Yeah, no.
He was freaking like at least 9 years old. He knew better, but he
Oh.
bit one of my friends.
So he was Jaws. Okay. He had moved up from piranha to shark.
Yeah.
Right? Like, okay, it's no longer cute. It's a,
Yeah. So
are
it's
they
like,
gonna be a
no.
sociopath?
Yeah. So
Wow.
I mean, I feel justified in me breaking his finger after the fact that, like, later on, he was like, fuck it, I'm just gonna bite your friend, I'm gonna scratch up your arms. I've still got scars on my arms from him scratching me as a kid.
Crap.
Oh,
Like-
listen. I feel like everyone has the sibling scars, right? Like, everyone's got that, like, you remember that war patch? Yeah, that was from the fight of 99. Oh, that one? Yeah, good old 87. That was perfect. Like, I mean, I was an embryo in 87. Anyway, the point is, like, you have those timestamps, right? Where you're like, yep, I remember when that was. I remember like the tree swing. Did you guys have like tire swings as kids, or like ever sat on those or rode on those?
Yeah.
Let me tell you what's a bitch. Falling off a fucking tire swing, like directly on your kneecap, split that shit open. I still have that scar. And I'm like, oh yeah, good memories. I won, but good memories. Like things where it's just like, yeah, that hurt for sure. And I've got that lifelong proof. And I'm like, precious little metal. But yeah, everyone's got those, like those little hatch marks almost, like.
Speaking of
Oh, yeah.
speaking of swings, I remember when I was like a kid, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be cool. I could do this with no hands, and then immediately fell flat on my stomach and knocked the wind out of me. And girl, that like, I think that was like the first time I had the wind knocked out of me, and I was like, oh, I never want to feel this. I never want to feel this
Yeah,
again.
Never again. That moment
you're like,
of. But like that
moment
one,
of I can't breathe.
no,
Yeah.
just before that moment, the moment of I can do this, and then slowly from I can do this to the pure shock and horror your system realizes as it can't actually do this, and you're going to wipe out. You're like, oh no! It was like at this point he knew he fucked up, and you were just like,
yeah.
oh shit! Like,
It was like
Reality
it
has
was like-
entered the chat.
it was like, Josh, meet gravity.
yes.
Gravity's gonna help introduce you to the ground.
Have you learned today?
Yeah.
Oh my god, yeah, no, dude. Swing sets though, those things were fucking dangerous back in the day. Remember everyone just trying to be like Superman, and they would get up really high, and then you would
Oh.
yeet
And then
off
jump
the
off.
swing.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
my god, listen, I had more self-preservation than most because I was like, I am not doing that. That because we had everyone has like different like playgrounds. So, like you either had like the dirt, the wood chips, or like the pebbles.
Why
And I
did
had
anybody? Why did anybody think the
Listen.
wood chips were a good idea?
How do you get a splinter faster?
Right.
That's how you get it for those kind of things. And then we had pebbles, which were great unless you didn't stick the landing and twisted your ankle. And so
Yeah.
you were like, yeah. Oh my god. It's like you almost saw kids getting hauled off in stretchers like daily, like, oh no, John, fuck that. See you next, Tuesday. I don't know how else to tell you, but it was just like, oh, those were horrible ideas. And everyone was like, we gotta do it to be cool. You gotta do it to be cool. And I'm like,
Yeah.
well, I've got to be cool, but I also don't need to snap my entire spine.
Look, I had a kid, like, speaking of swing sets,
Oh yeah.
back when I don't know if you have that. It's like an after school day. It's
Oh yeah.
where
Yeah.
you go
yeah.
after school
Oh, the
before you.
latchkey.
Yeah, we called
Yeah.
it latchkey.
I have no
Yeah.
idea what
We
that.
called it scope.
It's okay.
Yeah.
We will assume that it's the same. And we had this one kid, and we had sand, by the way, just actual sand.
Oh, that sounds. Good.
Oh.
I mean,
Which was
feral
great.
cat litter boxes. Feral cat litter boxes.
Oh
got it.
shit! As an
Yes.
adult, that fucked me up. Okay, Sand sounded great, and then you said adult cat litter box. Oh no!
So this was the day after, like, it had rained hard. There was puddles everywhere.
No.
Yeah.
So much mud. Now, I was not the kid on the swing, but we had this kid who had seen other guys jump from high, and he wanted to go higher.
Oh. Oh.
And this dude's like, he is giving it his best. He's going high, and I think he spent like 3 minutes gaining fucking speed.
Mm.
Was
And
it
he
that
lets-
like height where like the swing set is like almost rocking?
Like
Mhm.
You get
buckling.
so yeah,
the
you get
chain,
so high.
the chain is like loose.
We all
at that
know
point.
that
Yeah.
feeling, that sensation of, oh, is this okay? And you just trust it. You were like,
Right.
it's fine.
And he
As long
like
as
he
I hold
gets
on for
to
dear
like
life.
Right?
he's getting to that high point, that very peak. He lets go, proceeds to fly perfectly up in the air in a straight line, no arch, just up.
Oh no.
And we're sitting there like, oh no. And proceeds to fall in a perfect line and lands flat on his back in a
Oh.
Just
Like-
imagine a bunch of like 6, 7-year-old kids just in tandem going, oh no.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah. But I feel like at that age though they can kind of like get up and like dust themselves off. Like now we would be paralyzed.
Now you
Forget
step on a
it.
Lego and you're like,
If you survive
so
that
true,
fall
though.
now,
Yeah.
you'd just lay there in shame.
Oh my god. Oh, that sounds fucking horrible.
see,
It?
there was one time that I was like swinging and trying to go like super duper high, but I instead of letting go at like the pinnacle of the swing,
The apex?
yeah, I let go instead of going up. I
No,
shot
I know exactly
forward.
what you just did. Because I did that shit too.
Yeah,
Oh
So
no.
did you just like shoot like a rocket or
I shot like a rocket
Yeah,
into like
it's-
the slide, and I think I went flying.
Listen, that
Oh,
shit's so
no.
ungraceful, and you know it, and you feel it, and you're like, oh no, I can't. I fucked myself. Like I failed to check myself before I wrecked myself. Like it's
And
that
that-
bad.
And that was when Josh discovered inertia.
fuck science class? Nobody
Oh,
needs that shit. Just trial and error, scientific method. Yeah.
Can we talk about, speaking of slides, metal slides in the summer heat?
And then speaking of metal slides, can we also talk about the slides that like it was I don't remember. They're like several like rolly
Yeah.
bars
Oh,
that you like slide down and they
Just
like
the
roll.
rolly slides.
Yes.
I think they're called.
Like
That is like those strips in Mario Kart where you just like boost, like you
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
go much faster down.
and like I never had it happen to me, but I know that there were several kids that when they would go down the rolly slide or whatever, their
their
fingers would get
Fingers.
pinched.
Oh,
yeah.
Ooh.
I definitely fat fingered one of them for sure.
Ugh.
Thankfully, it wasn't long, and it didn't. I don't remember too much of the pain, but it was towards the bottom. I was almost out of it, but I guess was really getting into it. I put my hands back to kind of lay down to go wee, because I was kind of half sitting up, and I just remember I think it was a pinky or a ring finger that got
Oh.
caught, and I was like, oh, and then you just know, like you kind of feel that little or that little pop. As a kid, I
Oh,
don't
you
think
dislocated?
I did something. I just was like black and blue for a couple of weeks, but I didn't break anything, so I got really lucky with that. But I just remember being like, and it just almost like a blood blister kind of effect, right? It kind of just hurt, and you're just like, and it looks gnarly, but it ended up clearing up. But no, that pain is a whole next level like pinch. You're like, ooh, this is not. It's almost like those little Do you remember those plastic boards or plastic squares that had wheels on them and you had handles on the side? You could roll around them as a kid at gymnasium and or run your fingers like over with them. Do you guys have those at all? It was like
I
the
have
day
no
of like
idea.
parachute days. If you remember parachute days,
I
in
remember
school.
parachute days.
So kind of like that, but like they were little plastic squares with wheels. I will find a freaking photo. I swear to God.
Oh, okay, yeah.
you ran-
We used to.
You ran the fuck out of your fingers over, because the handles were on
Yeah.
the side. The wheels are right next to it. Oh my god, that I ran over many fingers.
Oh yeah.
I don't think I ever ran over my fingers, but it was definitely not a pleasant experience for me.
Oh
It was
yeah.
just not. No.
Trying to move it back around to like being a gnarly kid.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Josh, do you have any super interesting stories?
I don't know if I was much of a like gnarly kid, as you would say, but like
That's the young people.
I was definitely a very shitty teenager.
I mean, that's still adolescence, technically. You're not an adult yet. You don't have a fully formed brain. Although, I would argue I don't have a fully formed brain right now.
Oh, mood.
I do vaguely remember a time when I was a kid, not an adolescent, like a kid, and I was out in my front yard, and my brother was always the kind of brother that always wanted to like he was like my shadow. He wanted to do like everything with me and all this other stuff.
Annoying as shit, yeah.
And my my stepdad decided to let me use his golf clubs while in the front yard. And like at first I was just kind of putting and like not really like doing full on like bullshit swings or whatever. But then I got the idea that I wanted to like practice my swing.
Oh no.
And my brother, being as clingy as he was, during one of my swings, got way too close. I did not see him. He was like in my blind spot almost.
Oh,
and
no.
I swung, and on the way back, I hit him like right in the nose. With like right on like the what's it called? The septum.
The Brit. Oh,
yeah.
Did you deviate
like,
the septum?
Yeah.
Dude, you were making a murder of him.
Right. I hit him right in that, and like you guys were talking about earlier, like when you broke your brother's finger or whatever.
Yeah.
At that moment of, oh God, don't tell mom. Like,
yeah.
And I was totally like, when you were talking about that, it was in that moment that I was like, wow, I remember back in college, like, are people born genuinely good, or are they born like genuinely like evil? And I was like, maybe we are born evil.
Because we're definitely.
We're all like looking out for our own like best interest, even in the moment where you like severely injured someone. It was on accident, but still, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, it's still an injury, and
right.
How you feel about it later in life, I think, really tells you what kind of person you are.
Right. And like thinking about back at it now, I'm like, oh my, like I cringe every single time I think about it, because I was like, well, first of all, my mom in the moment was like, you did it on purpose. And I was like, no, I didn't do it on purpose. But then like the same day, she was like, I know you didn't do it on purpose. But they were telling us when we were in the hospital that like I had hit him in such a way that if I'd hit him like slightly differently, I would have like the bones would have went into his brain and he could have died. Yeah, and I was like,
that's terrifying.
Well, I
yeah,
think at that
so
point
that-
I
that-
might have questioned that you might have had a murderous tendency. Like, what led up to said golf club horsing around? You know,
right? And I like as a kid hearing that, I like that scarred me for life. I have not touched a golf club since.
Oof.
Because like I
Not
won't
even putt-putt?
I haven't even gone putting because
No.
I just have like PTSD flashbacks of it. I was like, I almost killed my brother doing this.
Yeah, listen, that sounds real. Oh, for sure.
Yeah. But like as a teenager, I was a huge shit. I was always getting in trouble. But like I wouldn't say like my home life wasn't not good, but like it wasn't ideal because that was the time where I came out, and my mom at the time kind of accepted it, but also at the same time didn't, because she was like, oh, you're too young to know what you like, and you haven't really been with a girl and you haven't really been with a boy, so how do you know? And I was like, well, Mom, you don't know this, but I've kissed boys. Like I would play pretend. I would be the Pink Ranger. I'd be Kimberly, and I would make sure that the guy that I had a crush on was the Green Ranger, Tommy. So that way I had an excuse to be like, oh, we have to play this super accurate. You have to kiss me, and they were always like, okay.
Because they didn't care.
They didn't care either. We were just playing pretend. But I feel
Mr. See a boyfriend. All right. Okay.
That is some manipulative.
That is some fucking mind games right there,
Fuck.
man.
Oh yeah.
But like, I was like, anything to make the fantasy real.
Shit.
But as a teenager, I got in a lot of trouble because of like my like not being fully accepted, and that kind of followed me into high school. Like I remember that there was this girl that I called my sister. There was one day where for some reason I thought it was a good idea in middle school to be like, I have a sister, and they're like, we never talked about how you had a sister before, and I was like, I do, I just never talk about her. And then I ran to the girl that I was calling my sister, and I was like, you're my sister, tell everybody that you're my sister. And then everyone comes in to meet her, and she's like, yeah, I'm a sister.
Oh my god.
Dude, that's an ultimate wing. Like, like, hey, follow up this lie with me real quick. Perfect. They look at you and go, no problem, finger guns, perfect, they got you. Like that's perfect.
Yeah, but she was the kind of person that when we met, we meshed so well that like it felt like we were family, and we like just got along right away, and me and her are still friends, and like I wish I talked to her a little bit more, but like we're still really close, and we still consider each other brother and sister. But she was a grade behind me, so as a sophomore when she came in as a freshman.
Okay.
And she started dating, and sophomore overprotective Josh didn't like the person that she was seeing. He was kind of a creep. But I remember there was like a day where he was like trying to call me out for not liking him, which I don't know why he thought that was a good idea at the time, because I was already kind of a troublemaker or something, and like by troublemaker I was like I kind of like spoke my mind at the teachers and stuff every now and then.
This was when Josh was like, make my day.
Right. And
the metaphorical revolver.
Right.
And he had happened to catch me on a really bad day, because I'd had that moment where like all the straight boys from class were like, well you're gay, that means you're attracted to me. And I was like, no, that's not what that means. In fact, I find you repulsing.
That was a whole phase. I remember people being that way. Like it was like middle school, but people were that way, and I was like, wow. And at the time, I didn't think anything of it, but like I totally remember that phase.
Yeah,
So,
and I was like, just because you're straight, does that mean you like every girl you come across? And so I don't know, but anyway, that for some reason that exchange had like set me on edge. And then my sister's boyfriend at the time was like trying to call me out and stuff, and like wouldn't leave me alone, and like she was trying to like be like, come on, we need to go, like you don't want to press this issue right now. And he wouldn't let it go, and I was at my locker, and I was having issues getting the locker open, and I finally got it open, and I don't remember exactly what he said, but it prompted me to slam the locker door in his face as I opened it.
Yeah. I saw this leading up to a bloody conclusion.
And now looking back, I'm like, was I always violent? Am I meant to be a killer in DBD?
Is this where my life has been leading all this time? Did I know that one day there would be an asymmetrical game where I could murder people?
Right.
I feel like that like ties back to like so things you got in trouble, for as kids or youth, right? It sounds like skull injuries are probably the things that you got in trouble for. Since I'm sensing a pattern here.
Whether they were my fault or not, or on accident, it was always something to do with someone getting injured.
Asterisk pending our legal team. Asterisk. No, but I was trying to think of like, what were some things that you guys like got in trouble with consistently? Like, I got in trouble guys, I went to detention more times than I even care to tell you. Never ever for doing anything like violent or aggressive. Do you want just if you had to have one guess from I don't know the 1.5 at this point ish podcast we've done, but like, what would you think I would have gone to detention for if you had to guess?
Being a smartass.
Pretty much. That's where I was going.
Close.
Being a
too much.
dumbass.
Talking too much.
Talking too much.
Bing. Yeah, guys, and out of turn, and haha, no surprise.
Yeah.
Literally, I probably had detention every single year of my what do you call it, the K through 12, for talking. When I got into high school, it was sleeping through first period by accident. That was
Consistently.
I got my work done. I graduated with honors. I don't have a problem with this, but I didn't like to get up. Shocker, I still don't like to get up.
I don't like to go to bed either.
You know, I have gained that tool recently. Not going to bed, so new ability unlocked. But no, I all the time passing notes. Do you guys remember when that was a thing?
Oh my god, yeah.
I used
No,
to
I
get in
don't.
trouble for passing notes and for just talking out of turn. I would have been told, like, again, just stop. And at my elementary school, I remember I went to a private Christian elementary school, wasted money anyway. So they had a reminder system there. And so at 5, guys, I still have this memorized. At 4 reminders, you were in the hallway for the rest of the class. And this was just elementary school. At 5 reminders, they called your parents. And at 6 reminders, your parents had to come pick you up and take you home.
Oh, damn.
I got to 6 twice.
Oh, shit.
I got to 4 on a regular basis.
Man.
I might as well have had a punch card, okay? And this shit continued into middle school. I got detentions for talking. For just talking. And I would do my homework in detention. I didn't really care. I was like, whatever, it's fine. It's a free hour. And like, and most of the time it was like, well, can you just come in during your lunch period because we don't want to stay after school? Sure. Fine.
Sure, I'll eat lunch with you.
I'll
It's
eat
fine.
lunch with you guys. And if you're lonely, you can just say something. But
My people can get in touch with your people.
Dude, that was like my main thing. And then like, so of getting in trouble outside of that little early phase of like, early elementary, like, so the James and the Snake. And then as a little kid, I had this thing where if I wanted something and somebody else had it, full disclosure, I took it. I think up until like 7, maybe 6 or 7. Sometimes when you get out of like, is it 5, 6 when you start kindergarten? Or is it 6, 7?
Yeah.
No, it's 5, 6. In some rare cases, 4.
Yeah.
Like
Okay,
if you're
so-
one of the really, really late birthdays or early birthdays or I don't know, fuck, whatever.
We have a very different system.
I was
Yeah,
always
you
the
do.
youngest in my class. Yeah.
So I think I was April birthday, so I was probably on schedule. So we'll say like 5, 6 then. Up until then, if I wanted something and I didn't get it, like in the grocery store, for example, my mom, bless her heart at the time, a poor woman, if I didn't get, I don't know, whatever it might have been, some minuscule whatever effing thing on the shelf, and I wanted it and she didn't get it for me, I was that meltdown birth control kid.
Oh, no.
I was the one who
no.
would literally, like, I'm telling you guys, I'm terrified if I have kids. Like, I would literally throw myself to the ground in the middle of the grocery store and just scream.
No, I have
until-
something for that.
Until she caved, y'all. She caved. I don't blame
Oh,
her.
no.
So not only
Because it was probably illegal to murder me in the grocery store.
Right.
That's why she caved. But I got the item every single time.
and that
And
just,
so-
and that just promotes. Oh, if I do it,
Listen.
then I get my way.
Listen,
Yeah.
and the
Listen.
Oscar goes to. You're welcome. Like, I was good with this, okay?
Like, my mom was a fucking genius in that point. Because I did that shit once. Only once.
Yeah.
Because she saw me and she called me out on it by sitting down on the floor and screaming. I was
Mom, you're
like 3 years
embarrassing
Dude,
me.
your
old.
mom wins the world. I'm sorry.
She
it's
fucking
amazing.
sat down. I was like, but I want this candy. And she sat down. I want this candy. A fucking 27-year-old woman just sits down. I was fucking horrified.
Yeah, it was
Right.
like, you want to embarrass your kid into doing something, you act exactly like they're acting.
Yeah.
I was
As an
horrified,
adult-
and I never did it again.
Yeah. As an adult, I'm mortified by my actions. Mortified. Okay,
Yeah.
like holy shit. But like I would literally like that it didn't stop there. I would go to like so we had cubbies in preschool where everybody like put the little lunch sack and their shoes or whatever. And Cordy, you might remember this. So
What?
do you remember those cupcake dolls?
Oh
What?
God! Like
Oh
they
my
would,
God,
they
you
would
would-
fold up into cupcakes, but then you'd like unfold the
Yes.
sides of the cupcakes, and it would be the skirt for the
Yes,
the
and they
doll.
smelled like
Yeah, like the
cupcakes.
strawberry one was the
Mm.
best.
Listen, I wanted one. I didn't get one.
Oh no.
This
Oh,
girl,
no.
Erica, I still remember her name because she got me in trouble for taking hers. Rude.
Oh, rude.
How dare!
Like, so I snatched it out of her cube. I didn't even care. I just snatched it. And I played with it and had a wonderful time with it and all this stuff. And the teachers came over, like, because I'm little, right? And they're like, oh, is that where'd you get that? And I was like, it's mine. She's like, oh yeah, when did you get that? Are you sure you didn't get it from someone else's cube? I mean, she's really talking to me. I'm like, I'm playing off like, nope, it's mine. My mom bought it. It's mine. And I am.
Oh damn.
You guys, it got to the point where they called my mom.
Oh
She had
my
to
god.
leave work. Can you imagine getting that bitch ass of a call?
Mm.
Hi, this is so-and-so. We're calling about your daughter, Rhenvi. She will not relinquish someone else's property. She says that you bought it for her. Yeah, it's a cupcake doll. She doesn't have a cupcake doll. Okay. Well, we're gonna need you to come and settle this. So when she got there, it was like mini Armageddon for me. But, I was so pissed, and like I still was shitty, and I was like, fine. Erica's like in stitches, thinking she's not gonna get her toy back, and I was like, fine, whatever. And, like, I gave it back to her, but like I would just take things, and I'd be like, no, I want it. It should be mine. I didn't understand because as a kid,
Should
you
be
understand
mine.
concepts of like that no, that's theirs. Okay, great. I want it. Take it. Like there wasn't like a division of like that's wrong. And I was like, why? I want it. I should have it. Therefore done. Like I,
Maybe as a child, it's like, this was yours.
exactly. And like so then so the little like lying and deviousness would continue. I was like, I have no idea why I had this phase. I would just the teachers too. I have no idea how they still let me stay in this preschool because this was not my first episode, as previously mentioned.
Rhenvi, the klepto.
Listen, and it got better with food. So like,
Oh no.
Not when you can dispose of the evidence.
oh my god. Okay, so full on, we were making cookies for like some event or whatever else. It was like
Oh,
Christmas
no.
or whatever, just a random day for cookies. So she gave everybody a scoop of dough, and we were all supposed to like roll out our little cookie and put it on the sheet and decorate if we wanted to. And I was like, I don't know where my dough is. Like, it's not there. Like, it's gone. And they're like, oh, well, did it fall on the floor? And I'm like, I don't know. And knowing full well, I ate it. And so I'm like, so let's look on the floor. So I get down off my chair and go look on the floor with her for this dough that's already in my stomach, you guys. It's gone. It's no longer here. And I'm like, I don't know. She's like, that's wild. Maybe some other kid took it. So she gave me another scoop of dough. Guess what? It
no.
went
Did you
missing. And then she
Jeez.
came around and she was like, I don't know, this is suspicious.
No.
And so then I didn't get a third scoop of dough, and of course what
Oh,
I do, guys,
no.
I threw a shit fit. So
Oh, no.
I'm like, how did this happen? Why was I this human? So I think inherently the whole like born evil thing, abso-fucking-lutely. I was
Yeah.
just dipped in it like you make a candle. I started with a wick and you're just dipping it over and over and over again in the evil bucket. And this huge fat ass 30-hour burn candle. That was me. So,
I feel like such a fucking saint compared to you.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
know, but I grew up to be a nice person, so that helps.
Same.
Sort of.
It's the thought that counts.
You got backhanded, Josh. Damn.
Whoa!
No,
Attack.
well, whereas like you were constantly getting into trouble. I was constantly trying to stay out of trouble. I was the opposite kid. So you were talking about the passing notes thing and getting sent to detention thing. So that was like a huge fucking thing in junior high for us. No clue why, no reason for it. But like, even if they caught you passing notes during passing time, you know, going from class to class, if you were passing a note and you got caught, they would give you detention. Why?
Whoa.
Don't fucking know. Don't
It sounds
fucking
like a
know.
power hungry.
Yeah, I was gonna say someone didn't get hugged enough. You also,
I know,
Jesus.
right?
you also want to find them later and be like, "Who hurt you?" What
It's like,
Of
your mom not
course.
love you?
And
Right.
and we went like the extra mile. We didn't like pass just like folded up notes. Like me and a couple
No.
friends had like a notebook.
No, that's what we ended up doing instead.
yeah.
But we not only did we have like 2 notebooks to pass between this big old group of friends, like when I say big old, I mean like 4 or 5 of us.
Oh, massive.
We all had code names.
Mm.
And we were like,
Oh.
if any of us get fucking caught with this notebook, we are not going to be like, oh, well, this person's this person, this person's this
I remember you
person.
telling me this story.
Yes,
Yeah.
this is
Wait.
where what?
You,
What?
you had the Mean Girls burn book.
Except for we weren't bitching about people. We were not burning people. We were just, you know, like, oh, I went to soccer practice yesterday and I had a good. It wasn't even like anything bad. It was just like normal random bullshit. It wasn't even like the burn book. But this is where Cordelia came from. This is where Cordi came from. This is the origin story
I love it.
of my online name, because we were all big ass fucking Buffy fans. Like, inevitably, the day after a new episode, that's all that notebook got filled with. Like, the next couple days, it was all about Buffy. And
I ship it.
so, you know, I was like the last person to choose. And at that point in the Buffy cycle of seasons, Cordelia was still a bitch. Like, grade A, mean girl, bitch, high maintenance. But, you know, everyone that was in the book was female. Like, everyone in the, you know, notebook was female. So nobody wanted to take, you know, like, Spike or Angel or Xander.
I was gonna
or...
say, please tell me the edgy kid chose Angel.
No, none of us chose any of the male names because we're girls. We gotta keep with the girl names.
Yeah.
So like Buffy was taken, Faith was taken, you know, Tara. Like we even got to Tara. So like I guess Cordelia left. Anyway, it doesn't matter. Cordelia was like the last name left that wasn't like complete crap.
You could have picked Willow.
So, no, Willow was taken.
Damn.
Willow was taken. If Tara was taken, Willow was taken, because in our hierarchy at the time, Tara was below Willow.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I got stuck with Cordelia, and I thought it was a bitchy thing. It sucked, whatever, but, like, I've grown into it. Her character evolved across, like, her arc in Angel and everything, and I've embraced the name. It is my own. I answer to it more readily than I answer to my real name is the sad part about all of this. So, you know, that's the origin of Cordelia, as you now know her, is some preteen kid going around middle school passing a notebook to try to stay out of fucking trouble.
That's amazing.
Speaking of like things that like mortified us as kids. I don't know if is the right word there, but like we were talking about like being at stores and throwing fits and stuff.
Yeah.
And this isn't one of those stories, but like I remember that there were a couple times where I'd be at the store with my mom and I like want to go look at the CDs or the games and stuff.
Oh.
And then like I would look away from my mom looking at stuff for like what felt like 30 seconds. And then I look and she's gone. And then I end up wandering around the store going, Mom.
Oh,
like,
no.
Oh,
I was always sort of kind of that kid that would lose their parent and would have to go to customer service and be like, I can't find my mommy.
So I love how you're on that end, because I have vivid, wonderful memories that if I was my mother, I would have punched me. I was the kid who would go hide. Do you remember those circle racks of clothing?
Yes.
I would hide in the middle. And I would just, have a wonderful time hiding out until they called my name on the overhead. Your mom is at blah, 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 blah. And I was like, ooh, I'm fucked now. But
Yeah.
then I would wait a few extra minutes just for shits and giggles because I'm already in trouble. Might as well
Right.
let it go so they would call me again. And I was like, okay, now I'm really dead. So, and I'm just thinking, like, if they have to call me a second and it was a third time, a few times, the amount of, oh my God, was my kid abducted, died, whatever else, going through my mom's head, and I just stroll up like, ha, what's up? Oh my God. I
What's
mean,
up,
honestly,
bitches?
I'm so lucky I made it to adulthood. I would have literally, like that lady in Texas who drowned her kids like years and years ago. I'd have done that to me. I'm like, you know what? You're enough. We're done. We're done. We're done.
I think I think the pinnacle of getting lost anywhere was there was one time I got lost at a water park.
Oof.
Yeah.
That's real abductee zone area, right?
Oh.
Like that's
Yeah.
prime
Yeah.
snatching area.
Yeah.
Ooh. Yeah, that would have been rough. That would have been
Yeah.
rough. No, but I was thinking about the way Cordy was just talking about how they would pass notebooks. And I'm thinking in my mind, I passed notes. I used to fold them in that cool little triangle fold.
Yes. I don't
Then I
remember how
was-
to do it anymore, but yes.
Oh yeah. And then I was thinking about how I was like, you know what? You know what's really crazy? People will always find, especially kids or children who have been told not to do something, the path of least resistance.
Yes.
So Cordy found out that they passed notes, they got fucked. But if they passed a notebook, they were fine. And I'm just
Yeah.
like, it's so funny. It's always like, don't do this, don't do that. And I'm like, trust me, they got 8 other ways to do that. Like, you can tell them no, and yet. You know? But yeah, oh my God, those triangle notes, dude, for sure. They're little footballs. You can drop them off. Heck, guys used to write us letters in that. Like, I have a crush on you. Sign nobody. Who the hell are you? Why was it so ambiguous back then? Just speak up.
Right.
See,
oh,
I
it's
don't
so
have
taboo, I
any
can't
note
like you.
stories
Right.
because I was in an 8-person class.
Oh, damn.
Wow.
Yeah, I was in the ADHD class.
Oh.
We were 8 guys just wilding out.
I have questions. Did y'all ever stay on track? Or was it just
Oh, we had
incessant chaos?
So one would think you would need strict teachers, right?
Yeah.
No. Because if we had strict teachers for the first like 4 years,
Oh,
nothing worked. Okay,
Oh,
because
no.
we would be very anti-authoritarian.
Yeah, that sounds like you.
Yeah, it does.
I feel attacked but validated. So anytime we would have someone strict, it was like, yeah, no, sit down, do that. We would be like, ha ha, you have no power here. But then we got a math teacher who would walk around talking about how this king fucked this lady, but that was nothing compared to when he fucked this knight.
What?
God. Wow,
And that
okay, so
was-
they were
that was-
really letting you in on the story. Jesus.
Yeah, like he would walk around singing about that during math, and we would be sitting there like, fucking yeah, he did. No, like, okay, so 16 times this is this. And oh, he did that, did he? All right, next problem. And that's how we got through this shit. Because we had the cool teachers, but we wouldn't send notes. We'd just be screaming whatever we thought about.
That's
Be like,
great.
yo, I'm gonna watch Pokemon tonight, or I don't know.
Yeah, they didn't try to wrangle you too much, and that was what helped you guys actually.
Yeah, no, they
do the
earned
thing.
our respect,
Yeah.
which was fucking nice. Because we were the kids like in the middle of English. We would be sitting there like, so we say this sentence. Do you have Pikachu? Because I have an extra Bulbasaur. We can split. Like, you want to trade? And then back to.
I find
Jesus.
this hilarious because I almost kind of wish it was like beaten into me to like focus, because I just clearly got in trouble for talking, got in trouble for this, got in trouble for that. And as an adult, I'm like, fuck, I still don't have those coping mechanisms. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Why did someone not, like, I don't know, like tiger mom me and be like, no, slap, pay attention, do this. Like, I needed that, because now I'm kind of like 65% slap, pay attention, 35%, huh? And that's like how I
Shiny.
live my life. And I'm like, this is probably not appropriate. Like, I should probably have some other help.
But yeah, no, to go back to getting in trouble at school, by the way.
Yeah.
The only time I ever got sent, like, the only time I would get in trouble was when I was correcting our English teacher.
Ooh.
I was at that principal's office so often, and he would be laughing his ass off so often.
Oh,
This is all keeping in mind that English is not Simon's first language.
Yeah.
It's true, but it's so funny because like I feel like you and I and probably Josh all had frequent flyer passes to the principal's office, and
Oh no!
we'd
Only
earned some
in, like,
free trips.
only in the later years while undergoing English, which led to me having a really during when finals came around. Now, my English teacher, as you might have guessed, did not like me very much.
Oh no, they loved you.
You were their best friend.
Right? So what happened was, everyone else got their, we needed to talk about a subject. Everyone got, like, books, reference movies, everything they needed. I got a flyer, a poster, and a 5-minute 8-bit, like, 8-track.
Oh my god.
That's what I got. And I had half an hour to prepare to talk about Martin Luther King Jr.
Oh.
Wow. In Denmark, ladies and gentlemen, in Denmark.
And I want to let you know that I got a just passing grade. Because I apparently did not speak English very well.
Oh.
Dear Lord.
That's some dirty shit, though. Teacher was like, oh yeah, I got something for you. Slams it down the table. Deal with that shit. I'll see you in 10 minutes, motherfucker. And you're like, oh.
Yeets herself out of the classroom.
Can I get a hall pass to the bathroom? Never come back.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Speaking of hall passes, we had these the school would give us like agendas so that we could write down we could write down all of the all, like our assignments and stuff, but also
I never used mine but to doodle.
but also in the back of the agenda was hall passes.
Yep.
And you had to like write in like, I need to go to the bathroom, da 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 da, and then like you have to have them like approve it. And it was like first of all I was like if I need, there were times where I was like, I actually really do need to pee, and I'd like write up a thing, and they'd be like, no, not right now, and I'm like, I will take a piss right here in this trash can. You have no idea who you're dealing with.
Listen though, but I feel like we were more timid then. But you know what? You know what happened to those little planners and agendas and hall passes? Those hall passes became our 15-minute and 30-minute breaks for lunch, and like OSHA regulated, at least in the U.S.
Yeah.
To you still have to ask permission to take those things.
I guess that's true.
Oh, but as an adult, I'm a little bit more cocky. Like, hey, I'm gonna take a shit. I'll be back in a minute. Like, I'm not. You're not telling me no, I can't. I have left meetings. I have walked out of executive shit. No. I gotta go. Sorry. Like, I did this shit all through school. No, thank you.
I have literally put a customer on hold because I needed to pee.
Listen.
When I worked on a bank, I was like, can you hold on for a minute while I look up your account? And then I go to the bathroom.
Life happens. I'm sorry, but no.
Yeah.
I've had customers trying to come into my store as I'm locking the door. I'm reopening it, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm gonna need you to wait out here for 10 minutes. Like, why? Because I have to shit.
If you
Are we
want
cool
good,
now?
I'm
gonna lock the door.
If you want good customer service, you'll let me take this dump.
Yeah.
I had a
Before I help
dude
you.
complain
It's like go
about
to the
me
cafe
locking the
across
door.
the street.
I had a dude coming in complaining that I went to the fucking bathroom while at work
Oh my god.
because he had to wait for 3 minutes.
Oh dear.
And I just looked at him like, you want to do this? I can just grab a bucket next time you enter. I'll sit down, take a shit while I'm talking to you.
It It is relieving
can
to
play
know.
like
Lord knows I have plenty available.
I was gonna say there would be eye contact there too.
Yeah.
You would
I would
stare
be
straight
staring
into
him
his
down.
eye.
I would be asserting dominance. T-posing while all the while.
It's kind of relieving though to know that there's Karens in multiple countries. So good to know you've got some over there that are like, "How dare you pee during your entire work day? What? Are you also
How
breathing?
dare you."
Outrageous! Like,
How dare you go grab some water?
right?
You know, stay hydrated and alive.
Oh, but the dumbest thing, it's not as dumb as I make it sound, but the weird thing is that when I work in a paint store, people automatically assume that I know everything.
Yeah.
No one knows everything. And they're coming in here like, so I'm trying to tear down one of the walls that actually carries my roof, and I need to make sure that it does not collapse on me,
the
and then I
support
have
beam,
to
yeah.
do 16 different things before I get to the paint.
Jesus.
How do I do this? I don't know. I thought you were a professional.
It's like, I'm a professional on what would look good on this wall.
Listen,
That's just
I would've
freaking
been
working
a
at
dick.
GameStop.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the amount of people who would come in and be like, "So what's your favorite, part of the sports game?" And I'm like, "I don't play sports ball games.
Yeah.
Fuck that. No, I play my
Sports
shooter.
ball
I play my
games.
RPGs. I play all this other shit. I don't touch racing. I don't touch fighting. I don't touch sports ball. Fuck it. No. Here, go talk to Mike over here. Mike plays plenty of that. Why do you want to talk to me?"
But they wanted to talk to you because they're like, oh, it's a gamer girl.
Yeah, that's
Let's see if I can hook up
probably
with this gamer girl, you know?
But
Yeah.
sometimes it was parents too. And I would be like, "Oh, I don't know much about that, but Mike does." They're like, "Oh, but you're supposed to know." And I'm like,
No.
"Do you know how many games come out even a week, a month? We're talking hundreds of games a year."
Do you see
And
all
I'm
the
supposed
shit
to know
on our
everything?
walls? Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. And
Yeah.
I'm supposed to know all the backlogs from previous years. Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I feel like that's a parent thing though. Like they'll walk into like anything remotely close to what they need. They're like, "You just solve it," and you're like, "Okay, sure." How about you
remember-
go fuck yourself?
I remember when I worked at Best Buy, I had like a similar situation where like I was customer service, so I did like all the returns and stuff. But
Yeah.
like to go to break, the break room is all the way like in the back. So like walking back there, I would get stopped and they'd be like, "Can you help me tell me about the specs on this TV?" And I was like, "I don't know anything about TVs." And like, "Aren't you supposed to know them?" And I was like, "I do returns. That's my job here. I'm not paid to know what this TV does."
Why are you not omniscient?
I have literally said that to someone before. Granted, it was Black Friday. I was like done at that point.
Oh, no. No. Black Friday
yeah.
retail is something that's a good podcast subject because of for another one.
Yeah.
Y'all have to tell us about that. That has to have been some shit.
I have the best story for that. Oh my god, that should be the next thing we talk about.
Have I told you guys the story about the two girls in the mop?
I thought you
This
were going to
isn't
say
similar
a
to
cup,
two
but
ones.
anyway, you're welcome. Go ahead.
Slightly less important.
Slightly. Yes.
Ever so.
Please tell us.
Alright, so in my old workplace, the store was built into two separate departments, and then a little bit of a mid-section that you just walk through.
Yeah.
And I'm finishing up a customer. I'm walking to the other section to go on a break. And in the middle, I see these two girls who are very clearly they very clearly emanate my parents have all the money in the world. I have no real life experience. And they're standing there with one of those old mops. You dip it, you wrench it, I guess.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
And then, you mop. It's a very easy 3-step system. And they just look at it like this is some fucking future tech. And then I'm like, I'm at work. I'm like, "Can I help you with something?" And they look at me like, "How does this work?" And I'm tired. I'm on my way to break. This is dumber than is legally allowed. So I
There's a
looked
legal
at him.
limit of how much dumbness I can take in one day.
Right. So, being my asshole self, I grabbed the mop, I turned the top bit and goes, now it's on.
That's beautiful.
And then I went on a break.
Oh my god.
I come back from break, my manager's standing there, he's looking at me like, you know you're not allowed to make fun of customers. Yeah, I know. But it was pretty fucking funny, wasn't it? Oh, hell yeah!
Yeah, but the thing was, did they know you were making fun of them, or
No.
were they just as? Then it was fine. It was
Yeah.
fine.
They had no idea until
Oh, there's no
he
till.
mentioned that because they asked how to put it together.
Oh Jesus.
And he explained it to them, and they're like, but this other dude said we had to twist this bit to turn on.
Oh my god. That's like those videos of like the parents who are pranking the kids and they're like, yeah, run in there and get me some blinker fluid. And I'm like, okay, run and
Oh,
get
fuck those
There's
people.
no such thing as if you don't think I'm not gonna be that asshole parent.
Oh, I need a new bubble for the fucking
You don't
spirit
know
level.
me. Wait, what?
I need a new bubble for the spirit level.
Yeah.
Yes.
Can I have a left-hand screwdriver?
Yes. I'm gonna use all of that. Come on.
A left-handed screwdriver. God damn it.
Beautiful.
That reminds me of the videos that used to go around of like dads sending their, kids into like auto parts stores asking for headlight fluid.
Yeah. That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
I'm just
Yeah.
like, what?
I mean, those fucking
yeah.
videos, those were soul
beautiful.
food.
I'm like, oh man. Even as a kid, I knew there was no fluid in your headlights. Like, what? those headlights take light bulbs, people. In case you were unaware.
I need liquid light. Yeah.
Sure. The best part of it would have been had they sold them something and just said, this'll work. Doesn't matter what it is. But sent them back. Are you kidding me? I hope someone pranks my kid back the way I pranked them forward. Are you kidding me? Beautiful.
Oh my god.
Beautiful.
That would be amazing.
Lifelong repercussions. Great.
Holy shit.
So,
Man.
if we had to catch you guys on social media, where might we catch you, Cordelia Chase?
You can find me on Twitter at Cordelia Chase, spelled Cordilia Chase. I was gonna say, or Twitch at the same name if we want to get that.
There you go.
Going.
Real technical, right?
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. Look at me, I'm fancy.
Yeah.
Mm-mm-mm.
I'm gonna slide us over to Simon. Where can we find you?
Oh shit, I was not prepared for this. I do have Twitter.
I do. Perfect.
And he uses it
Josh,
on occasion.
I go by Warriors Lacey on there. I do dumb shit.
Perfect.
And I have a Discord. Not a Discord. I do have a Discord. That's how I talk.
We are really doing great today, guys.
I am high on caffeine. I will not apologize.
Perfect.
But I have a Twitch.
Yeah. What is that? Warriors Lazy as well.
It is not.
What is
Drum
it?
roll, please.
Lazy
It is.
Warriors.
There we go.
Do we even hear it?
Yeah, we did. I heard it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Coffee.
And if we had to catch you, Josh, where would we find you at?
You can catch me on Twitter as the JosherXD. I post random shit, sometimes thirsty shit, either me trying to be a thirst trap or me going, oh. And you can also find me over on Twitch as JosherXD. And then there's also an Instagram in there too, but yeah.
Yeah, you can get that off the Twitch page.
Yeah. Yeah.
And listen, true.
And Rhenvi?
Yes, you can find me at Renegade G, and it's RHENE because I am still special. Over on Twitter, still got that strong gift game. I also have a Twitch and all the rest of that stuff, but you know what? I'm gonna save that for next time. If you need me, hunt me down on Twitter.
You
Yeah.
usually post a going live post
I
anyway,
do.
so.
I do. So I try to get my bases covered. So, yeah. Well, that's all for this thirst trap.
Yeah. Yeah.
We might be back next week. No, we will.
We'll be back. We'll be back,
Yeah.
and we'll be talking about more random bullshit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh,
Mic drop.
Oh, yeah.
I don't have a mic, so I'll just like pencil drop it. Yeah.
Marker.
Peace
Boom.
out, Girl Scout.
Bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.